Hey, what's up? It's Sherman Stewart here. Um, representing, or I am representing Paper People. Alright, and I must say for the record that I am not qualified in Photoshop. Alright, let me just clarify that, being that I have never done any course whatsoever in Photoshop. Or, alright, but that everything that I'm going to show you here today is self-taught and trial and error. Alright, I've been using Photoshop for about 7 years, and I believe that by the graphics you see I produce, I have a good enough knowledge on the program. Alright, now um, this is Photoshop here, the program. Alright, let me just show you that it is Photoshop CS5 extended. Alright, there's a little more features in the extended version, alright, but we wouldn't go into all of that because this is just about creating a basic business card. Alright, one thing I must add is that when most things that stand out in a graphic is the font. Alright, now I'll show you a site where you can go and download is millions of fonts here as Darfont. Alright, .com. As you can see, it has a lot of categories of fonts that you can choose from and so forth. Right. Um, well, for those, well, I will. Okay, let's just download one so that I can just show you how it is done. Just do that quick because I know I'll get a lot of questions on how do I install fonts. Alright, say alright, we're going to take the DS Digital. Right, so you click the long download on that. Yeah, I open it up one time because I don't like to save zips to the um to my hard drive. It takes up a lot of space. Alright, now the program I'm using here, it doesn't matter in your case because it's a zip, right? But this is WinRAR, right? So you copy all of that. All fonts carry an extension of TTF. Alright, I know there's others, but basically TTF. Alright, so what you want to do is extract that to the desktop. Let's put that on there. Alright, sorry, I know my desktop looking kinda cluttered, but this is just how I work. Alright, so you see it's there. Alright, we copy it out there. Right click on it while it's still shaded. You can cut it because you don't have duplicate of it. Go to computer. Alright, and you want to go to the C drive. Alright, Windows, and go to fonts. Right, this is how you install a font on your machine. So you see all the fonts. I mean, I have tons of fonts. Right, so you paste that in there and it will automatically install it, as you can see, into your system. So you will be able to use that font on any Word type program, if it's Word, even Excel, in your PowerPoint projects, that kind of thing. Alright, so this is the basic layout of Photoshop CS5. Alright, on the left hand side, these are the tools that you'll be using. Alright, I really don't want to go in depth into each one, but as I use them I will explain. Alright, on the left there are another set of tools, and you will see me using them and I will explain them as we go along. Alright, one other thing that you must take into consideration is that a graphic is made up of layers. Alright, it's a bunch of layers come together to make a graphic, and I'll show you that as we go on here. Alright, so we're going with the business card here now. Alright, so click new. Alright, and I already have the size set up here. Alright, the width is 3 inches and the height is 2. Always use a resolution higher than 200, right? So 300, 400, it depends on, you know, how clean you want your graphic. Alright, so I use 300, it looks good. Alright, so you click OK. Right, so this is our foundation for our business card. Alright, now as I said, I'm gonna keep it very simple. Alright, I'm not gonna go real fancy to get you all confused, but I guess I'll do a part 2 to this once it is requested. Alright, so now it's a bit too close, so this tool over here, the navigator, alright, that will just slide that down so that you can see it, you know, from afar, that so you'll, you know, get a good look at how it's coming on. Alright, so right now I'm gonna make up a fake company that we're gonna do the business card. I mean, I like landscaping, so we're gonna call this company Easy Landscaping. Alright, so if you look on the layers, if you click on the layers, you'll see that it is a text layer, right? The T there, so that's our first layer there. Alright, the background, that's white, so the text is on top of the white. Alright, right, so Easy Landscape, landscaping or something to that aspect. Alright, now what you another thing too, when designing a card, try to keep it simple and to the point of what you do. Don't go very elaborate, because you don't want your card to be clustered. Alright, now to resize, you press Control, right, and you'll see these these 8 little hangers there. That's to resize the text to any how you want it. Alright, so I want this up in the corner. Alright, or I can also, well, when you're in the text tool, you have the option to move, once you're not in the vicinity of the text, to move it about. Alright, not resize it, but just move it into place like how you want it. Alright, so okay, that's our first easy. Alright, so we'll go to the other text layer where we'll put, we'll keep this on in lowercase, sorry, landscaping. Alright, as you can see, it is a bit big, so we can press Control and resize it down. Alright, and then we want to bring that up underneath there, right? I want to make this a little right closer, right? So that's basically the logo. We'll call this imaginative. What kind of word is imaginative? But this made up company. All right. Okay, now everybody, when you hear landscaping, you know it is a form of oh sorry, what did I do there? Okay, now if you do something like that, there's a history tool over here that you can go to. I'm guessing that I did not, oh sorry, I have to go step backward. Whoa, 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 what's happening here? Undo state change. Okay, I guess I messed it up there, so let's just do this one more time. I must also state that this is my first tutorial, so excuse the mistakes, and I really can't stop the video. So okay, right, just want to bring this in a bit, right, because we don't want the card to be too cluttered. Now this is just how it is. Alright, Now you will be all right. Now, as I was gonna say, you when you think of landscaping, you know it's environmental, and so we're gonna use colors that would, bring out that effect. That is all about the environment. All right. So now this is the shape tool where you can draw different shapes. All right. It's just a matter of hold this cross here, left click, drag to the appropriate size that you want. Alright, if you look at the top here, you can see different shapes. Alright, but as I said, I would not go too in depth into it because this is not a tutorial on how to use Photoshop. It's just how to use Photoshop to create a good business card. Alright, so we'll click on layers. Now to change the color of the shape, there's a mask, and this is the color here. You just double click on that and I'll bring up your colors. Alright, so we want to use a nice green. Alright, so you use the circle here and you'll see it come up there, and voila. So you'll go with, let's bring that down a little bit. Right, kind of grass looking. Alright, so you click OK. So we have a two color. As you can see, this is what I was saying about the layers earlier. These eyes in the corner here will represent the layer, and if you can see, so if I click this one on easy, you see it disappear because you can't see that anymore, or the others, they will turn off. Alright, so as you can see, easy is on top, is that on top of the white background landscaping and also this green shape. Right, so we'll close layers. Right. What I want to do also is give it a wave effect. Alright, so by in the layers, selecting, making sure that the blue is on the shape, Control T, which is to transform. You'll get the same 8 boxes as before with the text. Right click on that and then go to warp, because we want to make it wavy. Alright, and you have you have a little more handles to play around with. So what I'll do is I'll bring down this one like that, and I'll push this up a bit like that. If you can bring out your navigation tool so you can see it as it happened. So we bring this up a bit, carry this a bit over here, and bring this back like that. Alright, see, yeah, give it a kind of mountain effect. Alright, so press enter, and that's it, the shape has been transformed. Alright, I know we're seeing some seeping out there, but that's outside of it, so it wouldn't really matter. Alright, so the next thing that we want to add to this is, because this is the background we just built, make it, this is a simple. Okay, what we want to put here is the name of the person. Alright, now for those of you who use like Word and so forth, changing the size of the text is just the same. Alright, you have the same options as in Word and so forth, and we know this is a small object, so we want to use a small font size. Right, so we're going to name this Sherman Stewart. Alright, oops, get that capital. Right, now to change the font, you just left click on the end here and just like shade it. Alright, and well, this is my fonts and I have a ton of them. You want to keep this pretty simple, so we go with this, right? So keeping it, that kind of look. Alright, you put that up in the corner here. Right, let me just close the navigator so I'll get to see. And we want to make this a little smaller because I said we don't want it too cluttered. Alright, so you can put this here, and then we could go to okay, and now I'm creating this as I go along. Alright, what is Jimin? He is the, we could just put him as a manager. Alright, now some people don't really like, you know, the title and so forth, but I say, you know, put it in, you know, make it look a little official, so when, you know, you give it to your customers, they could see a sense of authority. Alright, okay, well, we want to highlight that Sherman is the manager, so we highlight that, go to color, click on switches, right, color switches, and we will put this red. Alright, okay, so we will close the switches. Right, so therefore this is how far we are. Alright, the other thing that we want to add in here is our services. Alright, this, as I said, this is a simple tutorial. This isn't very complex because I know some people might be new to it, so I'm going to change the color of this services to yellow. You know, green and yellow goes good. Kind of looks like a B mobile card, but that's okay. Right, so we have our services header. Now to put in the services, right, what do we do? TIFF maintenance. Right, so we realize that, you know, it's going off the edge, it's too big, it's almost the same size of the services, so we want to put this a little smaller. So you just push the control again, hold it, the boxes will come down, and you want to line this up just about there. Alright, and you press enter and you go down to the next line, so it comes like a paragraph we are making here. Just bring that down a bit. We do TIFF maintenance, tree and shrub care. Alright, we also do erosion control. Right, what else is there? Let's put like one more. Transplanting and removal. Alright, transplanting and okay, so I'm seeing that this is going to go over a bit, so what I could do here to save the space is put in the sign for and. Alright, see that? Well, alright, so these are our services here. Alright, now alright, there's some things that you could do to this, like, okay, you shade the whole paragraph. Alright, now the line spacing. Alright, and I know in Word there's, you know, that sort of editing option. So you click on this, the text or the character pane here, and this will bring out, because you can edit this text also, right? So as you can see, it's I want to put it up a bit. Oh, oops, I did something wrong there. No, just keep pressing until you get the space that you want. All right, no, that's a little bit clustered. All right, we'll put it up a bit. Right. So to change that, you just click on, as you can see, it says the line space in there, and there's also letter spacing that you can also play around with, which is, you know, that there. So just click on the box. I know you can select the numbers here, but an easy way to do it is click on it and just use the up or down arrows. Alright, so we can close that there now, and let's just move this around a bit because it's, you know, just to leave a little space at the end here. We don't want to look too much to the edge, you know. Alright, so click anywhere and remove that. Alright, what we have to do also is move around the surfaces, so let's click on that. Now I can either click in here or I can use the move tool over here. Alright, so we can move that anyhow we want it. Alright, so you move that there up to here. Alright, so what we're gonna do now, this kind of looks, you know, like one whole paragraph. So let's add a little style. In the same shape tool, there's also lines. Alright, I like to add lines to under headers, that kind of thing. Alright, so we can probably use a black line. Alright, now if you was to like pull and pull, it would be, alright, let me see here if I can do it to show you. Alright, if you try to pull it, you see is a mouse you're using, so sometimes you wouldn't get a straight line like that, right? No, you wouldn't get one like that. So what you could do is hold shift and pull from left to right. No matter how much the mouse moves, you'll get a straight line. Alright, so we're going to put that there. Right, so we have a straight black line. Use the move tool, drag it down into right underneath there, and move it around a bit. Right, and click on that, and voila, we have a black line over there. Alright, okay, another thing that we want to do is add in our contact information. Alright, so we'll put that over on this side. Alright, look how we click the navigator here and see how everything is looking. Alright, if you believe here is looking a little it's looking a little, you know, plain. Alright, I can fix that. A quick trick. Now, as I said, this is the first tutorial that I've ever done, so please excuse the unorthodox editing. Alright, so what I'm gonna do is select my shape tool, put it over here, and just move right just below. Alright, so this will bring up a black background. Right, so what we're gonna do is create a sky. So we're gonna change the color from that, and we're gonna go with a sky looking color. Go up more to the blue and just move around here. Alright, just go a little more blue. Let's see if I get it here. Alright, well, we'll go with this. Alright, now I'm gonna use a brush. Now a brush is pre-made images. It's like pre-made images. Alright, and it has a host of effects. Alright, so I'm going to create a sky here. So what I need to use is, well, yeah, I have a lot of brushes and this is not even half. Alright, what I'm going to use here is clouds. Right, so I'm going to show you how this works. Right, we want to create a new layer to make our cloud. You hold Shift, Control, and N. Alright, Shift, Control, and then press N. Alright, so you see new layer. Right, that new layer would go on top of our sky, and this is the size of the brush. If you can look, it's kind of big, so it wouldn't really make a good cloud. So you want to bring that down here. Again, you could, once highlighted up in the size box there, use the up and down arrows to get the size that you want. So you want to go with somewhere around there. Alright, now the color we have selected is black. We want to get some white clouds, and I'll show you how cool this is. Alright, so we just click on it, boom, clouds. Alright, so we'll use a different shape, so because we're going to make up our little cloud effect. As you can see, it's too big there, so you carry down a bit to make up our cloud effect. Alright, bring that here. Alright, you see, just drop the size of this. That will go up a bit. Let's put this over here. I don't like how that cloud looked there, so I'm gonna remove that, and I'll look for something that's a little straight. I didn't want anything, you know. Alright, let's see how this looks. Alright, yeah, that looks like good. That looks like what we're looking for. Right, and we can fully hold back here with this cloud effect. Right, and use the other end down on this side. Alright, let's close this pane so you'll see, and use the other end to create our clouds. Right, so I guess I'll have to do another tutorial on how to install brushes into Photoshop, so that you'll know. Alright, so we have a simple sky going on there, and you know, this is the grass over here. Alright, what we should do now is add in our contact, because remember I said it is a very simple or basic, oh sorry, now sometimes I started to type on a layer there and it would have been blocked off by the green, because remember I tell you it's just layers on top of layers. Right, you could change the order of the layer, and I could just push this up to the top like that and have it on top of there. Alright, so that's how you would go about it. Oh sorry, that's how you would go about doing that. Alright, so let me just delete this. I'm gonna put it on top here. Alright, so the first contact what we're gonna put is our phone. Okay, as you can see it's a bit big, so what we're gonna do is size it down a bit. Alright, add a colon in there, push it around about here. Alright, and add in a number. I'm gonna use my real number, because if you're having any trouble you can call me. Alright, so that's my phone number in there. The other thing is we could probably add in an email address as well. email easyland at gmail.com. Alright, easymail at gmail.com. Alright, and you can also change the size of a text within the same text. So we're gonna make this a little smaller, just not to clutter it up too much. Alright, and then if you have a website, add in the website, you know. A tip, business tip is to give the customer many ways to contact you. Alright, so you know, some people have problems dealing with new people over the phone, so you go with easyland.com. Alright, what I forgot to add in here is World Wide Web. Right, yeah, that's what www stands for. Alright, so what we're gonna do now is probably make this into black so it will stand out, you know, keep the colors kind of different from each other. Alright, so we put that down a bit, and voila. And basically that is how you create a very simple business card. Alright, this is, you see how simple it is. And now I'm saying this because it more or less it'll be simple to me, but it might be a little difficult for you, and feel free to contact me at any time for any bit of information that you may need. Alright, as I did said before, that if you need the program, I can make it available to you. Alright, just call me, message me on Facebook, and I can get the program to you. Alright, remember this tutorial was sponsored by Paper People, alright, of the Urban Vibes Network. Alright, I had to stick that in there. I just want to say thank you for viewing this, and if you have any questions, please post it. Let me know what's going on, what you would, or what problems you're having. This is the first of many to come, and I hope to hear from you soon. Alright, this is Sherman Stewart from Paper People saying do have a good day. Goodbye.